Hello and welcome to the 6mm podcast. I'm Tactical Snoopy. Here we have Revention.
Hey.
And our very special guest, the myth, the man, the legend, the OG of Airsoft, Mr. Diles46.
Sup, guys?
What's going on? How you doing?
Not much. I'm good, man. How are you guys doing?
I'm great. I just shoved a whole burger in my mouth. I'm fabulous.
Nice.
Nice.
All right.
So yeah, guys. So if you don't know who Diles is, he's got a YouTube channel. He's got an Instagram. He's got a lot.
He's a very
of
prominent
going.
figure in the community.
That's gross.
Yeah. And we just wanted to introduce you guys to him. So Diles, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Just a little bit, a little brief.
Man, you know, sometimes you get to a point in your life where you look back and you spent so much time, money, and been away from your family, and you look at this hobby of yours. You know, what defines you? Who are you when you leave this world?
Jean Valjean.
And it makes you sick a little bit. And my sickness is airsoft. So that's what I've done for a long time now. That's kind of my background, man.
How long have you been living with this disease that we call airsoft?
You know, it's funny. It was brought up today. You know, there's a lot of gun control talks going on. I'm sure everyone knows about that. But I remember looking for my first airsoft gun, and I was 18, 19, and I was trying to find some reviews on real firearms, and all this airsoft stuff kept on popping up. I'm like, what is this toy gun stuff, man? What is? And back in the day, like, so this is like 16 years ago.
Yeah.
It was straight, you know, Springers, and you couldn't. Half of it was overseas, you know, Asian websites and things, and that's what got me into it. I was like, man, MP5s are cool, and I'll never be able to afford a real one, so I got like a HFC MP5 pump action Springer, dude. And yeah, it was about 16 years ago, and then yeah, that was the start of the sickness, of the virus.
Oh my goodness.
And how was like the community back then?
Garbage, pretty much how it is nowadays.
You used to have like speed softers
You
with
know,
like
dude,
Springers.
Yeah, no, like when you look back, man. No, so of course, like AEGs, that's always going to be, you know, your flagship for what is going to dictate the type of gun you need for competitive play. So after that, I got into like, man, what did I get? I got a MP5 SD solid stock, so an SD5, I believe, is that right? And that was by a company called Airsoft Elite. Not Elite Force, but Airsoft Elite back in the day. And it was just rebranded ICS type stuff with an American-based warranty. So that was my first AG. But as far as the community, man, you know, it's easy to look back with like some kind of nostalgia, and you know, everything was more pure, and you know, you're young and things. But it was all internet-based, and you had to get your guns. I mean, there's a few U.S. retailers and a couple distributors, but you had to get your guns from overseas for the most part. You know, any accessories, you know, upgrades, things like that, it was all coming from overseas. And I'm talking like War Game Club, Red Wolf was one of the players back then too. Just Airsoft Shop, Hong Kong, like all these old school cats. And it kind of made, right out of the gate, a higher level of commitment for the individual player, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Because you got to wait 3 weeks. You're trying to dodge customs. You know, you're talking about trademarks. You want to get a Marui, and they're like, well, we'll Dremel out the trademarks on the side of your Marui M4, you know, so it doesn't say what we know it says. Or you can roll the dice and we'll put some putty on it. And it's like, man, I really want those trademarks, you know, because Airsoft is all about realism. I like my replicas to replicate. And so, yeah, like the big thing was like trying to get it through without getting seasoned. You know, it's the old school Airsoft, man. It was a good time. But a higher level of commitment for sure.
Those were definitely the days. And I recall, you know, I was scrolling through your YouTube page and looking at your first video, one of your first videos. I don't know if you deleted them along the way, and it was a beauty. Okay, it was a beauty.
Talking about the night vision.
I'm talking about the night vision. Yeah, I want you. I want to like sidestep it a bit. Can you tell me, since it was like one of the first things you've put out there for us, what were you thinking putting that up, and what were your expectations?
What was the timestamp on that? God, like 2011 or something? Ooh. 2012 maybe? I'm not sure. It was a while back.
It was a while back.
Yes. So, no, dude, like a company called Jakks Pacific. The same people that made the night vision that came with the Modern Warfare 2 limited edition, if you can go back that far. Have you seen those? Yeah, same technology. And I saw it like on the clearance rack or clearance aisle at Walmart. And I was like, man, those are pretty cool, dude. It's like night vision, but it's basically, you know, like Sony night cam technology as far as throwing up an IR light, and then, you know, so it's not like real night vision. You don't want to take those up against somebody that's really using night vision, because it'll be like wearing a freaking headlight on your head.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but no, so I was like, man, these are cool, and I'm an airsofter, you know, maybe I should spread the word type thing. And I put a video out there. It was, you know, it was garbage, but people started watching it. People were engaging and they were talking, and I'm like, oh, YouTube, okay. And like YouTube back then compared to what it is now, as far as how important and vital it is to airsoft, it was nothing. Like, it was like, you know, you go on there to watch Afro Ninja fall on his face, or you know,
Afro Ninja.
You go on there to watch the Leprechaun from Mobile, Alabama.
Oh.
You know, like the classics, dude.
I want to know where the gold is.
Yeah. Hey, y'all want to see the Leprechaun? Say yeah. But
I'm gonna uproot this tree and I'm gonna get the gold.
Yeah, man. And the sketch is the best part. But so, anyways, yeah, man. It just kind of went out on a whim. Made a YouTube video. People seemed to, you know, pick up what I was putting down, type thing. Other airsofters I was connecting, and I just started putting out more garbage, and people kept on watching that crap. So I kept it going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And just talking about it earlier, like you said, like what was like what kind of like grew it? Because I think that like for me and Rick and Snoopy and I, we kind of like came into it a little bit later on. I feel, at least like with the, you know.
Right. So,
sorry.
Yeah. No. I feel you, man. Yeah. Like it's nuts. So back in the day, it was all regional based forums, and actually Florida had one of the like most renowned, respected groups, FAA, Florida Airsoft Association. So there was AAs everywhere. Like, I'm part of the old school KCAA. And it was all a regional thing. And then, you know, if you had an op, you basically went to, like, you know, the whoever's running the regional forum from the neighboring locations, and you guys got together. So, like, an example of Kansas City, where I'm from, like, we'd get together with SLAP, St. Louis airsoft players that was on the other side of the state, and we'd like do combined events where we'd travel to St. Louis, and the St. Louis boys would come to KC, and that's kind of how it went. And then you know, you see Facebook being introduced, you see you know, Instagram taking off, YouTube, and it's always been an internet-based thing. It just made it easier to go from regional forums to connect with everybody, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was like the biggest like explosion that really like what you saw? Because I think that, I don't know if this is you would agree, but I think like the biggest explosion came with the YouTube reviews, and people started getting guns to review, and they looked at it and they accompanied it with gameplay.
Yeah. No, and I didn't, like, you know, when I was just jacking around in my old apartment so many years ago, you know, before the kids and all that stuff. But it was like, you know, I was just out there putting out videos because I thought it was neat talking to other dudes. I wasn't, you know, trying to do anything with it as far as like career or money or anything like that, which is super hard to get into anyways. That's a whole other story. But
right,
like the jump off point, man, you know, I think there's kind of an induction of a younger generation where back in the day it was all old fogies, you know, and I mean like veterans and people trying to reconnect with that whole camaraderie, brotherhood type thing.
Brother!
Yeah, man, that's definitely what it was. And those guys used to run the show, and they still do run the show a lot, but now you're seeing social media and kind of icons playing such a bigger role in airsoft overall that it kind of trumps that old feel type thing. And I think the younger generation definitely played into that with being linked to social media, you know, like that's just how it is nowadays, and they embraced it. And I mean, where do you think the views are coming from? We're grown men here.
Yep.
I'll watch a video once. A young kid these days will watch a video 3-4 times. You know what I mean? That's where the views are coming from. So
yeah, that's true. And now fast forwarding like right now, like how do you see like what's been going on, and what do you like? I know like we can all talk to a blue in the face, but like what do you think is like the biggest thing that's going on right now
as far as
like growth in the community and the growth? And when I talk about community, I talk about like airsoft in general, because I feel like there's a sense of community. We're all like wanting to play, and we all want to grow the sport.
Right.
Because
I just want it all to burn.
Well, yeah. I tell you, man, I did a video a month or two ago talking about, is airsoft bigger than paintball on the world's, maybe not in the U.S., but if you go and type in, if your finger's on the pulse of SEO and Google Trends and stuff like that, and you type in airsoft compared to paintball on the world scale, airsoft is kicking butt compared to paintball. Yeah, it's weird, right? And a lot of people didn't believe me, but that's Google, bro. I don't make those numbers up. I think there's been some influxes with airsoft as far as like when it was being sold at Walmart with the Black Ops guns. That was huge for airsoft, dude. Like, how many Black Ops guns did you see at your local field? It was insane, and that was literally creating new players, adding to these communities and stuff. I think airsoft right now too, and this is kind of attributing back to like now being on the industry side with the boys at the Force of Elite.
With them boys.
With them boys at Elite Forks. We see that we're doing great. A lot of other people are doing great, and I think airsoft's kind of established itself as almost a household name, and kind of on that same pedestal of respect and acceptance as paintball was. And so I think it's still growing. I know it's still growing. I mean, we have a hard time keeping up with the demand of stuff. So I think it's only going to get better from here, honestly.
I have a question, real quick. Tony, don't you dare interrupt me, because I heard a while back a certain person, we call him Jonathan Higgs, our dear friend Jonathan Higgs, talk about, love him. He's a handsome man. Talk about a plateau sort of in airsoft where it's not necessarily declining, the popularity, but more so just leveling out.
Yeah.
Do you believe that we are at that point, or are we getting more popular?
So you're cutting through the facade, man. I have a spiel for the average player, and I have a spiel if you want to talk industry. And yes, there's some truth to that, absolutely. And furthermore, if you want to go deeper into that rat hole, I think, and this is like, this is just me, this is just Diles46 speculation, but there's a purge going on. It's been started for the last 2 or 3 years, and you'll see that the big will continue getting big, and the small will either adapt or die. So
Jesus.
And you're talking about
that's just business, man.
And you're talking about like as a manufacturing or distributor or
all of it. You get into community, right? And this is one of the biggest like head damage, just run into a cement wall face first type thing. And this is like coming from like a kind of a hardened heart from seeing all aspects, from a player to running my own field and pro shop for 4 years, now being on the industry side, and kind of being in touch with everybody all over the country. And from what I've seen, man, and I made a lot of the fatal mistakes myself, man. There's a lot of quicksand that you can step into that's easy to avoid. Is starting your own field and pro shop in an area because it needs one is awesome, right? But when you start putting, and this is going to sound callous, but just hear me out. This is just a business standpoint, and again, business is what runs the world.
It's cool.
When you do it for the community and you are doing it more for the community as opposed to doing it more for a business, you're going to see that you're not going to do well. And that's just the facts, man, because yes, the community, absolutely, you need that. That's your backbone. That's your customer base. That's what it's all about. But if you bleed yourself dry and you don't make bigger moves and you don't try to pull more business away from the big dogs, you're going to die. So you can beat your chest about community all day long, but if you don't put your business head on your shoulders, dude, it's a rough world out there for you.
You know what? You're absolutely right, and I prefer hearing all that aside from general statements like, oh yeah, we're airsoft is only getting better, it's only getting worse, it's only getting it's leveling out. You just laid it on there, and you just told us the reality of of the situation.
And again, I mean, it's super. That's stuff that we don't really talk about, but
right.
I mean, this is it's the reality of the situation. I've seen people come and go. I've seen old cats that ran that community banner high and proudly and honorably, and they put it down. They put their region on the map. You know what I mean? Like they put it down for wherever they are. But at the end of the day, man, if you didn't make that switch from okay, I need to compensate my work, and you're still bleeding yourself dry for whatever banner you got hoisted up, you're gonna get tossed to the side when the big dogs roll through. So
Yeah.
It's a great answer. It honestly is a great answer.
It is.
It's not the answer we want to hear, but it's a great answer.
Yeah, no, it's brutal. But going back again, so that being said, Airsoft is still growing.
Yes.
It might not be growing the way it used to be growing, where it was just kind of, there was a frenzy going on type thing of just, and there's still a lot. I would say, dude, like with what I do, I mean, I see new companies, new pro shops, new fields open up, sometimes 3 and 4 a month. And, I keep my eyes on that because that's business type stuff. So it's just, it's sad to see some of the older guys, not adapt type thing is kind of the moral of that story.
Yeah.
I guess. What was the original question?
Yeah.
We went pretty.
You were talking about the
deep, my friend.
plateau. You were talking about the plateau.
Yeah. No, so is there a plateau? Yes. Is it as quick of a spike as we've seen in the past? No. Right? So, like, with Walmart and stuff, it was like, boom, moon's the limit type thing. Are we still growing? Yes. It's not as fast as it used to, but we're not going down, and that's the big focus, I think.
Tony,
And speaking of the and speaking of like the big focus and all that stuff, and since we were talking about the present, what do you think about about the future? Like, what do you see? I think you kind of like alluded to it, but like, what do you see like field owners, and what do you see? What do you see like YouTube people that are starting off, or because you're OG. I remember watching your videos and I remember like watching them like back in the day, and it was like level cap was like right next to it. It was like there was like you're on the suggestions for like level cap and Desert Fox. I remember those days. So like, what do you see like the future as though for getting more people? Because I see that YouTube is like the biggest it's like the biggest people come in through YouTube. A draw, but there's a disconnect between the audience that watches YouTube and the airsoft players that go out on Saturdays and Sundays.
And again, that goes back to the younger demographic that fuels the YouTube views. I mean, let's not beat around the bush. If you want to talk like YouTube tricks, tips, and hacks, brother, it's like look up YouTube Kids, and that is just killing on you. Like some of the highest, clicks per mil or whatever, CPM and all that stuff. YouTube Kids fuels YouTube as well as gaming channels. So yeah, you're gonna see that obvious disconnect, especially like when you got some older dudes and you're like, oh, here's old Diles, whatever, he's YouTube guy. So it doesn't translate a lot of times. But like as far as like the future of it all, man, I think obviously, dude, we've seen Adpocalypse. We've seen dead bodies in a Japanese forest. Right? I mean, let's talk about it, dude. This weird stuff going on, and YouTube keeps on changing the algorithm. They're doing these knee-jerk reactions, and I get it. If you click on an ISIS beheading video and there's a Coca-Cola commercial, obviously that's not good for your return on investment from your advertisers. So
I'd imagine not.
Right? Yeah, it's not good. So I don't know what's going to happen with YouTube. They're trying to fix themselves. The algorithm's crazy right now. There's more emphasis on things like view time rather than it used to just be on views. So a lot of things are changing, but the big thing is it's hurting people's pockets. So people that are doing YouTube and trying to make a nut off it type thing, it's hurting them. So you're going to see a shift from, and there's still guys sticking with it. And I think the idea is, when the smoke clears, I'll still be here, and I've still maintained and grew my audience type thing. I don't know if that's going to be true. I think everyone has that in their head. But you're starting to see that, like, YouTube's not footing the bill anymore, right? Like, so these big house brands of dudes that would go around, make, 3 or 4 killer YouTube videos off an event or off an op or something like a Milsim event type thing. YouTube would foot that bill. It would pay for their travel expenses, all that stuff. But YouTube's not right. But YouTube's not YouTube's not footing that bill anymore. There's no meat on that bone anymore. So, but I think the distributors, the manufacturers, the retailers, the ones that get it, they still understand that YouTube still it's worth its weight in gold as far as advertisement and return on investment type things. So. There's just a shift on where the money might be coming from, I think, is the future of YouTube. I don't think that YouTube's going anywhere. And as far as airsoft YouTubers, you know, I welcome everybody, dude. I think that's cool. If you can get 20 views and spread the good word, spread the gospel, dude, do it. If you can get 200,000 views, absolutely. But are you going to make money off YouTube? And is that going to kind of persuade you to further your airsoft YouTube, you know, quote unquote career? When there's no incentive, it's kind of hard, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's hard to stay regular when you just feel like the work. I think this affects like a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think that have been pushing videos every single day, and they just feel like YouTube has just been like
spit in your face,
literally popping a squat.
Yeah,
you
man.
know.
For sure, and I've seen it. You know, like when I started doing YouTube and like it kind of started taking off, I told my wife at the time, I said, you know, I think I'm going to stick with this and like maybe crank out some videos on a regular basis. And to me, it was fun. It was something I enjoyed doing. You know, back in the day, I was like making my own music. I liked the creativity of editing and stuff. But like I always told her, I said, hey, if it's like beer money and smoke money, then let's do it. You know what I mean? That's free. By the way, I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. I stopped December 28th. Pretty stoked on that.
Nice.
Yeah, man. So, but yeah, so that's kind of where my mindset was. And, you know, I hope that doesn't discourage people. I always encourage people to make content, quality content, fun content over quality. Fun, I think.
I didn't expect you to really like bring us down like this. So disappointing, such reality. I'm kidding, obviously. We appreciate the reality. Okay, you know.
We need more memes. We need the memes.
Dude, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, I love that stuff, man. Like, you know, you guys and there's a few other people out there that are just having fun with it. And the big thing, like, I always said when I was doing Intrigue Airsoft in Kansas City, like, any social media post I do, smile, just fake it till you make it, because you know what, like fun and positivity, that stuff is viral, dude. And if you're putting it down, people will pick it up. But the minute you start getting negative with it, they can also sense that too, you know. So having fun, man, and just promoting that positive feeling and that vibe, dude, I think is so important to airsoft.
I have a video I want to share with you. Well, not share with you because you can't see it, but if we could go back in time really quick.
Yeah.
Because you put a video out a while back, and it's still probably one of my favorite videos with one of my favorite songs, and it's the song, God, favorite song, but I don't remember the title. It's "I Love You, Baby." I love you, baby. Yep.
More than, Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, there we go. Frank Sinatra.
Is it
Sinatra?
Yep, that's correct.
Is that the cheating video?
It is the cheating video.
And you can hear me scream, and that's my old field, and so and so there's another good example of having fun. Obviously, you can't monetize Frankie, right? But I did it anyways because it was hilarious. So at my old field, if I'd get a bunch of complaints and it was a slow night about somebody, you know, not calling it type thing, I mean, gasp. That never happens in airsoft, but I would suit up, dude, and I'm like, who is it? And they're like, you know, it's this guy over here, it's this kid right there. And so I'd suit up and play on the team right next to him. I'm like, okay, it's this kid. And so I had my GoPro going that particular night, and it was, you know what, that younger kid, he actually turned into a friend of mine. I'd like to say, you know, he's wearing a thick Carhartt type thing. I don't know, dude. I'm not here to point fingers, but I am here to say I know I hit you and you're not calling it. And so it's me, like, you know, I think the slow-mo hits in, and you can hear the gun. The slow-mo of AEGs is hilarious because it just sounds terrible. And so it's like this 12-year-old kid, and I'm a grown man, you know, like 5 times his size, and he's running away, and I'm like, you know, just like in slow-mo, like, oh, I hit you, you know. Yeah, it was a fun video, man. But, yeah, that was me hit-checking players at the old field in Kansas City.
That's why the question was gonna be, you know, take me through that, but I guess you just did, which is great. But like, I'm sorry to interrupt, Tony, if you were gonna ask a question. I just wanted to point out, you know, that's something I would prefer to see, you know, field owners do, is, you know, go out of their way to see for themselves who's doing what, who's breaking what rules, you know.
Dude, yeah.
Care for the field and the players.
Yeah, like the quality of the game, that's the product, so take care of the quality. But we also had an observation deck, which was super dope. It was only on one side of the field. You had to walk up some stairs, and then underneath the observation deck was like a long hallway that ran around the back side of one of the ends of the field. But I always had a gun up there, an AEG or a pistol or something, and if I got a lot of complaints, and I let everybody know, I said, if you're getting shot and you're thinking about not calling it, it might be me shooting you because I've gotten complaints. So make sure you're calling it, you know. And so there'd be times where, like, you know, somebody would be like, "Hey, Nigel," and they'd point at somebody, and I'm like, "Okay, here we go." And I take a shot at them. If it was persistent, I wouldn't do it, you know, off the cuff, like just try to ruin your game type thing.
Yeah.
But if it was ongoing, I'd take a shot. And like if you called it, I'd be like, "Hey, I was just test shotting you, man. Sorry about that. You know, you're not dead. You're not dead. Keep going, keep going." But I mean, there was a lot of times where we'd kill the music, or we'd have sound effects over the speaker system. We'd kill it, and I'd send an admin, or I'd walk down there myself and be like, "Hey, like, let's have a heart-to-heart, you know, verbal warning type thing after this. Like, you're done for the day." So, yeah, hit checking's always good, especially for indoor fields.
Yeah, it just feels like, I think one of the things that is like when you explain airsoft to someone, you're like, you're hitting them with a BB, but how do you know you're hitting them? Well, it's an honor sport. And I think there's like a disconnect with a lot of fields that think that they can just run the games and then hope that the people are going to be honorable.
Right.
But to be honest, you know,
well,
unless it's like a private game, sure. But I have very...
That's not... dude, I did a birthday party one time with this family, and it was the kid's birthday party, and he asked me to jump in. He's like, "Hey, man, will you jump in and play with us? It'd be awesome." And I'm like, "Yeah, cool, dude." And, like, you know, we had birthday cake and stuff, and I jump in, and his dad was the biggest cheating shrugger knot, dude. Like, just lighting, lighting him up, like, just boom, 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 like, watching him bounce off. And then, like, he would just turn around, like, full auto me. First of all, full auto is not, you know, okay at an indoor field, at mine at least. And, yeah, so, yeah, private games can go south, too. But,
Damn.
yeah. Anyhow, yeah. Humans inherently... You know, anytime you add competition, right, to compete, and that's the whole thing, like the honor system, and then you mix in competition. Well, that kind of clashes. You know what I mean? So, human nature, compete, like, you know, cheat. It's gonna come up. Unfortunately,
It's difficult sometimes when you know you're hit, but you just want to keep pulling through because you got that sick kill streak going on in the back of your head.
Right.
You're trying to record, but you know you gotta walk out. But you know what? We're gonna shift gears.
Yeah,
We're gonna shift gears.
Talking about things that
Shift
we
it up.
don't like. Yeah. So this segment.
Grab your shifters.
Yeah. So our latest segment was a pretty much you know, this is like a kind of a new segment. You know, Snoopy and we came up with it. It's called the DBag. D is an acronym for something else. All right, and what we do is that we like to run through some names. You know, this isn't necessarily a reason that they're D's or whatever, but just like
It could be your own funny reason.
Stories, like funny reasons. You know, just like to shoot. It's like a shoot, pretty much. So, like, if you're gonna, I'm gonna just like call out names and stuff like that. So, like, if I say like Revention, for example, like me, and you get to say, is he a dick or not? Your answer is gonna be.
I don't think so, man.
Oh, yeah. See, and now if I say, then if all of a sudden if I decide to go like, okay, now what about Snoopy?
That's true.
See?
No, not at all, man. Not at all.
Okay. All right, but if all of a sudden he decides to say that he's a, can we use the word D? Can we call him a dick?
Yeah, sure, man.
All right.
Dick Tracy.
So if they say they're a Dick Tracy, you know, a dick, we'll put them in the dick bag, and we're gonna play this soundtrack.
You dick.
Okay.
There's a soundtrack?
Yeah, not the soundtrack. God dang, I keep saying it's not a song; it's a sound effect.
Sound effect.
Okay.
There you go. All right, so we're gonna run it down. You know, Ricky.
Let's do it, man.
Like Snoopy, Rev. We're both not dicks. All right. What about people that use full auto on semi games?
That's a Tracy move.
Dick.
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay, that's
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'll even lump in like take out your trigger spring, or ridiculous HBA players that know that might as well be full auto. I'd say that's a Tracy move too.
Do you think? And this is something just to pull off like some discussion, a light discussion. Like, do you think like there's a segment of players that pertains to, or is it just something that's like?
Why are you fishing? Yeah, man. Yeah. And it's airsoft is like, if you can't beat them, join them type thing. So I get that, dude. But
Yeah.
There's definite pockets of dudes that remove their trigger springs and do the quick HPA, just the feather tap triggers, and it's like, dude, you're out there just to jack people up, and it's because it happened to you. I get it. It's a virus type thing. I understand, but
Right.
it's still a be the bigger man type thing. Tracy, that's a
Gotcha.
Tracy bag.
All right.
All right. All right.
Let's go to let's do 6mm Valor.
Oh,
What?
here we go.
Man, I like the idea behind it. Like I get like so. I mean, you ever heard of an honor patch, right? So
Yeah, the Elite Force.
like
Honor
I
Patch.
get it, yeah, man, I get it, dude. And trying to promote your own and give everybody a pat on the back and type thing, like, hey, you did good type thing. But with Airsoft and Milsim, like being so kind of entwined and close with actual military dudes or dudes that have served or are actively serving, it's like you kind of want to stay away from that. I think that that's almost a little too much mud in the water, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna, man, I got to put it in the bag or not, huh?
Oh, so yeah. Is it yes or no? Does it go in the bag?
I'm gonna say because it's a little too much mud in the water, bag it up.
You
All right.
Bag it up.
Get up. Okay, I'm gonna say this one because this is somebody we all know, somebody that's very close to our hearts, and that we just unfortunately have to see every day on YouTube, whether we like it or not. Our good friend Norwich, Christoph Norwich, yeah, Navi boy.
Man, you know what, dude? Love him or hate him, or what's up, guys? This is Norwich. Love him or hate the dude. What has he done for Airsoft, right? And I think he's done a lot of good. So I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I think he's safe. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
All right. You wanna see the next one, or should I?
Let's do the rest in peace kid.
Rest in peace, kid. Who's that?
Do you remember the? Oh gosh. Wait, do you have to pull up videos?
He burned my patch.
Oh
burned-
God! So hold on, the kid that got shot or the kid that's doing the shooting? Which one are we talking about?
Just doing the shooting. Doing the shooting.
kid.
Dude, what a jerk! Yeah, put him right in the bag, man.
He's a-
Every time I watch that clip, I know what it's gonna be, and I still hit the play button. But God, dude, what a jerk! Yeah, no, bag that guy up.
All right, we're
bag
bagging it
it
up.
up.
All right.
okay.
Let's see. This is an interesting one. DSG users.
Man,
Does it fall under one thing? Am I fishing? Tell me what's up, man. Just
Dude,
tell me the truth.
I think it almost falls in line with the the quick trigger response to the no trigger spring stuff that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Have I done a DSG build? Maybe. And was it awesome?
Oh.
Yes, it was. But it was an MP5 and it was shooting like 260, which was awesome. It had like an M150 in it or something. You know how that works.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I mean, on full auto, the thing was awesome. So but I mean, I wasn't out to hurt anybody, I guess. I just wanted to build a sick gun, and I happened to have a good opportunity to build a DSG, so it was cool.
You could say otherwise. You don't have to be we don't have to bag it up.
Well, it's yeah, no, it's like man, I'm gonna leave it out of the bag, so I'm not in the bag because I've done a build like that before.
Okay.
But I think with great DSG power comes great DSG responsibility.
We're gonna quote that.
All right, put it on a shirt.
Put it on a
Do
shirt.
you think that? Okay.
Ooh.
What do you think? What do you think, Rev?
What are
I'm
you thinking,
thinking,
man?
like,
Tell me what you're thinking.
because I see that like DSGs and HPA, like those are all fine and stuff, but like I've seen it where it gets abused so quickly.
Yes.
Like it goes from it's almost as though like they will say it, but like the second that like there's like a reaction, like the douche. What's it called? DSG dual sector gears. The douche sector gear kicks in. That's what it's called, the douche sector gear.
Dude,
hey.
Yeah, and again,
I think that's a new product. I'm gonna write that down for the Rotating Plantain.
So okay, like let me blow your minds. So, you're kind of labeling everybody like everybody that owns an assault rifle, right? Like they're not all jerks, but it takes one bad egg type thing. So like when I had mine, dude, like it was pretty much to raise an eyebrow from friends. Like when the game was over, I was like, "Hey guys, watch this," and then like,
oh yeah.
But every now and then, like they're like, "Hey, I was the only indoor field. Well, there was one other indoor field, Black Market, that popped up in Kansas City. They're gone as well. But it was all outdoor fields. Like there's an awesome field called the MAC, which is an old Nike missiles site, and it's mostly just all like the one-story cinder block buildings over like an acre, 2-3 acres of property. And yeah, so like it's cool if you're playing outdoor type thing and you're trying to do like, you know, you need to dump a mag real quick through a window, suppress a fire type thing. But like if you're like doing CQB, like close engagement type stuff, and you're gonna light somebody up with 20 plus BBs, I think that goes in the bag.
All right. Okay. So DSG users go in the bag.
Man, I guess if I was a rare guy with morals, most of them, yeah, I'll throw them in the bag.
You
My
dick.
God.
Yep.
Nah.
Yep.
All right.
That's cool. That's cool.
Ooh, Tony just threw in a curveball right now into the list.
Uh-oh.
Tony, what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
You say this one.
Uh-oh.
All right. Oh, are you gonna do it or am I gonna do it?
Fine, I'll do it. What do you think about John Liu?
Hold on, you're breaking up a little bit.
Ooh.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no!
Help!
Again, I think it's one of those awesome things. Like as an individual, it's like, man, I hate John.
These are hard.
I hate John Lennon, right? Right? But the Beatles were awesome, and what they did for rock music was awesome.
Damn.
Right?
That's a good
So,
analogy. That's actually a really good analogy.
And that, boys, is a professional sidestep.
You're my hero,
Dude, what Lion Claws has done for Airsoft
Diles,
Growth,
you're my hero.
back in the day, watching like the original Op Irenes and stuff like that was inspiring. That's what we knew as Milsim. So
Right.
aside from, you know, individual, what Lion Claws was awesome. So I'm gonna say keep that out of the bag, dude.
All right.
That's cool. That's cool.
I love
It was
that.
a landmine. That was a landmine. I just like
skirt
put it
around
a
all
land.
day, boys.
You are the man. That was awesome. Okay, I'm saying this one. I always I put it here as Canada man. So we're automatically going to assume
Dick
we're talking
bag.
about.
No, I'm joking. Oh, no, that's my buddy, man. Are you talking about little house gamer?
Yeah.
No, it's not house until he's been challenged.
I
by
heard
E-House.
about this. Yeah,
So
dude.
we're not
From the E-House.
This guy,
Right.
exactly. There can only be one house.
He's from the C house, the Canadian house, and the E house is trying to. Yeah, I heard about that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, dude. Man, you know, the first time I met him, I got invited to hang out in like a 30-floor suite in Vegas with him and a bunch of other guys, and I'd never met him a day in my life. I'd seen his videos, and super nice guy, super humble, and super Canadian. So we go down. Here's the story about him. We go down to the gambling floor, and I think he had just turned 21 or something. But everyone's like IDing him because he looks like he's 12. And so they ID him, and he pulls out like his Canadian driver's license, and everybody's like, "What is this in Vegas?"
Oh,
you know?
no.
But anyway, so we talk him into playing at the slot machine that I really enjoy. A lot of pageantry, lights, like it's like a super fun interactive video game type. You know, that's what it's like. Video games for people that want to lose money is what slot machines are.
Okay. Yeah, I can see
so
that.
we're like, dude, I've hit on this one. Like, this is a good machine. It's fun. You hit the bonus. You know what I mean? You triple down on your money, hit that bonus round type stuff. And so he's like, how much should I do? You know, in this Canadian thing. And I'm like, dude, just slip a 20 in there, bro. And so he puts $20 in there, and he does max bet, and it goes around a couple times, and he loses all of it within like three reels, right? And like the Canadian side came out of him. He's like, well, boys, I would say that went. That was pretty unfortunate. And then we just walked away. And the whole time I'm just like, what? Like, yeah, no, but that was super unfortunate. So no, that dude's really cool. Super humble guy. Does fun work for sure. So he's definitely out of the bag.
I love your
For
Canadian
sure.
impression. That's so fucking funny. We're gonna have to bleep that F word out. Okay. Oh, hell yeah, Tony. Do you want me to do this one?
Ooh.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Diles, you're very close to these two. Well, I wouldn't say very close, but you announced it. You announced these two.
One is my cousin,
okay?
so play easy.
Hey! I have no qualms with her. Okay, I it's all in the past. Okay, I just want to know what do you think, man?
About my cousin Leah and my boy Jack.
Yeah. Let me hear something or two. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, I tell you, dude. I knew Leah when she was at Spartan Imports. That was kind of her jump off point and to get into airsoft. Yeah, and she was actually my sales rep. And that's how we kind of got together and started bonding and stuff. And it wasn't like, oh my god, a girl. You know how most airsofters are.
Yeah.
But like,
My penis is so erect
right?
now.
Like, oh my god.
Oh boy.
But she's from around the way. She's from around Kansas City. She's small town Kansas type thing, a little bit further out. But we're from the same stomping grounds. We had similar background stories. She was in car sales at one time. I was in car sales.
Really?
Yeah. So we had a lot to. I mean, she's done it all, dude. She's been all around the country and stuff. But we picked up a lot, man. We just vibed, dude. We meshed good, And she had my back on a lot of stuff. Like, she was a good salesperson because she was genuine, and that genuine feeling, like that friendship bonded, and it transcended just a sales rep and a retailer type thing. And so we were always cool, man. Anytime she came through, like we when she was visiting family back in Kansas, she'd swing through, we'd hang out and stuff. And then one day, she was going down to American Milsim event. And this is after she had left Spartan. No, I think she was. I don't know. I'm not sure of the timeline. Anyways. She's like, hey, is it cool if I have a couple friends stay with us too? And I had a big house with several beds and stuff. I'm like, yeah, it's cool. Who is it? She's like, I don't know if you know, but have you ever met Jet? And I'm like, I got a little giddy. I'm like, you talk about the Desert Fox? I'm like, yeah, I know who that is, man. And so I met him the first time, when it was like when she kind of unveiled that they were dating and stuff. And he was super cool, dude. And I'm from California myself. Originally, I grew up there as a little kid, right down the street from Hollywood Sports Park in Bellflower, I believe. I grew up in Downey, just down the way.
Okay.
So
Nice.
there's always that connection, like the whole California vibe thing, and Jet's good people, dude. He's actually really humble. Like, if you can get him out of his YouTube social media persona, he's actually like a really genuine dude. And Leah's always been awesome with me. I mean, she's like family. And no, dude, those are two genuine people. And it's weird because, what's up, operators? This is Jet Desert Fox today. We're like, and it's super like, and then Leah is definitely opinionated. God bless her. And I know that rubs a lot of people the wrong way.
Sure.
I think I have a healthy respect for that type of stuff. If you just want to be a sheeple type person and go along with the masses, then that's cool too. But nah, man, they're definitely unique individuals. They're good people. They're dear friends of mine. So definitely out of the bag.
Okay, and
All right.
talking about sheeple, transitioning over, what do you think about Dutch the Hooligan?
Oh, we're not doing the one before there, Tony.
Oh, what do we got? Hold on. Do we need to back up?
Tony.
Hold on, I want to do this one. We transition to this one.
Okay, fine. We'll get back to it. We'll get back to it.
Dutch, man, he's blowing up. Obviously, we know that, man. I've been watching him spike on YouTube. And Dutch, if you're listening, no offense or anything, man. I love your videos. I enjoy them. I leave a thumbs up. I'm subscribed, bro. I think. If I'm not, I will go back and subscribe because I said I am. But the whole face unveil thing with airsoft YouTubers blows my mind. So I was at EviteCon, Airsoft Con, and there's like a few cats walking around, and they're like in full kit with their faces covered, and it's just like, is that normal? How do you?
Did he do that the entire time?
I mean, yeah, I think so, man. But
I think so
but
too.
I think it's all
I think so,
attributed
too.
back to like, you can make a whole video and get you get super good views and interest out of people like Diles46 face review. You've never seen this before. I'm gonna take the mask off, and it's like that always kind of
Things get
blows me away.
sexual.
Yeah. Check out my mustache. But yeah. So that's my only head scratcher on that. Other than that, dude, his content and again, from an industry standpoint, what he's doing for airsoft. He's putting people behind guns, and he's getting people out on the field, younger generations that are watching him and things like that. And he does good, I call them slayer vids. Guys like him that just do slay videos, slay montage, brother. I'm gonna get out here, watch this. Here's my hit marker, and then I put in a punch sound effect, whoosh, right? Like his sleigh videos are awesome. He racks up kills, and they're genuinely entertaining to watch. So I think again, that guy's out of the bag.
Okay. I just want to throw something. I want to throw something in there. Give me a second, Tony. Don't you dare fucking interrupt me. Okay? Because I watch Dutch's videos, and I think his videos are very entertaining. The quality is great. You know, he's very consistent. But that seems to be the one thing that gets me about his videos is he seems to just put out the same stuff over and over and over again, like a one-trick pony kind of thing.
Yeah, but bro, that's YouTube, man.
You give the people what they want?
YouTube, not the people. You give YouTube what they want. You give YouTube what YouTube wants, and YouTube promotes you. YouTube will paint you into a corner, make you a niche. So I don't know if you're familiar, but like total sidestep, and I don't mean to take away what we're doing here, but I got really well known and got millions of views for my Walmart-related airsoft videos. And
that's
I went to working for Elite Forks. I went to a gig, repping one of our awesome retailers, our dealers, and we set up a booth and stuff. And people were walking by, younger kids. I'm talking 12, 13, 14. And this group of kids, like they're kind of off to the side. You can see they're kind of socially awkward type stuff. And I overheard it, dude. And they're like, I think that's that Walmart airsoft guy on YouTube. And I said, I went back to I said, that's who I am? Like, you know what I mean? And I'm starting to look at my YouTube, and I'm like, oh, no. That's who YouTube made me, because YouTube likes to find your niche and put you in your place. So what Dutch is doing is totally right. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. Is it a one-trick? Like, and again, keep in mind, you give YouTube what YouTube wants, they'll promote you. That being said, with the younger demographic, they will watch that stuff over and over and over. And if it's entertaining and it's good quality content, then I don't think that's an issue.
Fair enough. All right. That's a good way to answer it. You come up with good answers. You're a smart guy. Anybody ever tell you that?
I need to get into politics. Yeah.
Very
bureaucratic is what I've heard. Yeah.
I think you're fair. That's what it is. You're fair.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Tony, where'd you go? Come back, man.
I just fixed my. I have to fix something.
Tony. He's gone forever.
What? No.
Bye,
no,
Tony. I'll see you later, man.
I'm here.
Guys,
I'm here.
Tony,
I'm here.
Rev.
I'm here.
Bye.
I'm here.
Ta-ta.
I met him a couple times.
What?
Really nice guy.
What?
No, he was the best.
R.I.P. If you guys want to make
What?
montage
Stop.
videos for Rev, put some.
I remember those days.
Dude.
He was a good guy.
No.
Never forget Rev Spaghetti.
Never forget Rev Spaghetti.
Oh. What?
Oh, he's back.
It's working.
Rev's back. There he is. There
He's
he
back
is.
from the dead. Hello.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, what's
Oh.
up, man?
We thought you left the world.
Yeah, what's wrong, man? Are you okay? You down in the dumps? What's going on?
Dude, I don't know, like all of a sudden my phone just started going out of control. I think someone's trying to hack into it.
That's what's happening right now.
Someone must have been really upset. I don't know.
Probably John Luke. What's the next
John
question?
Luke.
Ooh, okay.
Good.
Tony, you say it.
Josh Warren.
Yeah, there we go.
Man, if there was ever a dude that gets it, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is all just kind of this. It is what it is, and just not happy-go-lucky like ditzy stupid. But if there's a dude that knows how to keep his head up, knows how to stay positive, knows how to not take crap, and just give it to people, and people just feed into it, man. Josh Warren is, not to blow too much smoke up his butt, but he's a cool dude. He's a friend of mine for sure. Definitely out of the bag. Have you guys ever had a one-on-one with a guy?
Yes, we've called each other on several occasions.
Gotcha.
I haven't seen the guy on.
So yeah, and
we're pretty exclusive.
He has a big presence because again, he doesn't sit while people are talking smack on him or his product or anything. He'll come out there and he'll fight you tooth and nail, and then he'll bring his entourage, and they come in like a bunch of Ugandan knuckles and.
That's really the best way to describe them as Ugandan knuckles.
Oh, that sounds.
Saying, bro.
Wow. Did you just call Josh Warren Ugandan knuckles?
Not him. No, you know what I mean, man. Yeah.
We're trying to twist your words to make you seem like a bad person. How does it feel?
No. I'm just joking.
Feel dirty.
He's the queen.
Yeah.
He's the queen.
Yeah, man. But no, super cool dude.
I'm just kidding, Josh.
I love what he does. I love his product.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go through these.
Oh, we stopping right here?
No, we're gonna keep going.
Oh,
let's go to Laser Viper.
Dude, I just recently hooked up with that guy. So
That's hot.
Yeah, dude. Let me tell you about this guy.
I know.
He's got red hair.
Oh.
I saw him. I seen him around, and first of all, we go back because Laser Viper is a character from the G.I. Joe world, and I'm a huge Joe nut, dude. Like probably one of like my appreciations of military is because I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and like even in my garage right now, I have G.I. Joes. Like I'm a huge G.I. Joe freak, dude.
Dope.
Okay.
And so Laser Viper is one of the evil guys. Cobra, that's a character, and they're pretty cool. They're like kind of like a standard stormtrooper type thing in the G.I. Joe world. I saw him at Airsoft Con, Evike Airsoft Con, but he wasn't at liberty to walk around too much, so I didn't actually get to meet him. And, I think we said what's up or whatever, but met him through my cuz, through Leah. He was helping her do some cosplay type stuff, getting ready for a Desert Fox event type thing, I think. And there's a Kansas City connection there too. He's from Kansas City. I'm from Kansas City. And
Dang.
yeah, we used to like stomp around the same grounds type thing, dude. Like the old in our younger 20s, the old hipster spots and all that stuff. So
no kidding.
Super cool dude. We talk at least once a week on Facebook. Really nice guy. Another guy that gets it, and his sense of humor is hilarious.
All right.
Cool.
So
Next,
he's not gonna be in this bag.
Yeah, he's
Oh
fine.
yeah.
He's definitely not in
PNW
this bag.
Punk?
Dude, my experiences with him are really limited, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
That's
know
fine.
him. And I know you guys kind of go back a little bit with him a little bit. I see the connection there. But I've never, like, we've always had, like, he'll be at SHOT Show or
He's a
something.
bro.
And I'm like, man, we need to hook up and, shoot the shit type stuff. But we always get busy with our obligations or whatever, and I've always missed that opportunity. So I don't know. I don't know enough about the guy.
All right. Fair enough.
That's cool. Matt the Musketeer?
Okay.
So that's the British guy, right?
There we go. See?
He's like British Dutch.
One trick pony. Yeah, I see what you did there.
Hey, it's your boy.
It's your boy, dude. Again, I'm gonna do the whole thing. He's getting views. I've seen him spike in YouTube. The quality of his videos, the edit of his videos are good. Watching him run around doing Milsim events in the UK and throughout Europe and stuff is entertaining. I think he stopped.
Yeah.
He stopped by the US like last year, the year before type thing, to do a couple ops.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
the year before that, yeah.
Yeah. I never met the guy. I don't know him personally. But as far as what he's known for, like his YouTube, his social media thing, dude, it's fun. Do I watch him? Do I watch the videos through? Yeah, because it's engaging content, I think.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I'd say no, not in the bag, no.
All right, okay.
Hey, let's lightning round this a little bit, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do Aatrox Ivan.
Bag.
Bag. There we go. Enough said. All right. Fair enough. Tony.
Airsofters who take Milsim too seriously?
Bag.
You dick!
If you've ever heard of Storm Airsoft.
Not in the bag. Love that kid.
All right. Fair enough. Tony.
We all love him. Brain Exploder?
Not in the bag. Love that guy. Love his products.
Me too.
Okay. Emojis and thumbnails.
It's disrespectful to human nature. Like it's like bad for the world. Stop it. And Storm, no disrespect to you. I know what you're doing, man. And your people jive on that stuff. So keep on doing what works for you. But dude, like it's pretty cancer.
You
Okay.
Airsoftology?
Old Higgy, that's my
Yeah.
boy, man. Not in the bag.
Tim from Chris?
Went on a fishing trip, a deep sea fishing trip with him.
Really?
Didn't know what to make of him. Didn't know what to make of him before I actually got time to like sit and talk with him. Actually, really cool dude, man. Not in the bag.
Okay. All right.
Evike Matt?
Not in the bag. That's my boy.
Yeah.
SYG.
Sig. Is that how it's said?
I think it's just SYG.
It's
okay, you
Southern
don't-
California Youth Group.
No, I don't think that's
Is
it.
really?
No, I don't think that's
Well, that
it.
makes sense, I guess. Dude, they definitely hold the flag high for that. That whole crew that does the tapped HPA, blowback, speed soft, plywood, warehouse stuff, man.
Yep.
They got that for
Plywood
sure.
warehouse stuff.
Yeah, so I think what they do for their bag, again, you know, social media always trying to find your niche and paint you on the corner. Not in the bag, dude. They're doing it good.
Alrighty.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this one. David Ree. I love it.
God. David's my boy. I've known him for a long time. And
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of people that'll go out and say that. And I say he's my boy because he's like that one boy that you keep chained up in the basement that you don't really want out when company's around.
Oh,
No, that's not
Oh,
true.
no.
That's rude. That's rude.
That's such messed up.
Dude, David's actually a really cool dude. I know
Yeah.
from personal experience and witnessing it, and people see it too. I think he gets a little overly into sometimes what he's doing. He gets a little overindulgent, and he kind of loses himself, and he starts acting a certain way or saying something weird, you know, going over the top type stuff. Gear classifieds, let's talk about that. Has that been good for Airsoft?
Yes.
There you
yes,
go.
it has.
There you go, man. So, I mean, that's one good thing from David, you know, dude. Like, you know, he's actually a really nice kid as long as you
He
don't.
is.
Really nice guy. But the moment you start talking about bricks and stuff like that, and I got to get that in there because it's David. David, he's my
Of
boy.
course.
If you're listening, David, I love you, buddy. Not in the bag, man.
Of course. He's
Ooh.
cool. He takes it pretty well, so it's all good.
He does.
Men of Airsoft.
Who is it?
Men of Airsoft?
I'm not sure. I'm sorry. Help me out here.
Is this because you don't know, or you just?
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay,
and I
then
know
don't worry about it.
Yeah,
it
but-
was to give you a little backstory. It was basically my response to the women of Airsoft,
abortion.
which we'll get to in a little bit.
Oh,
but that was my
Men of Airsoft?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Facebook
Did that
group.
turn into what's that other group, man?
The call outs?
Yeah, did that turn into that group?
No.
Okay.
They're both separate entities.
But the same cancer.
Yeah, same cancer. It's all terrible. It's all
No,
awful.
Yeah, Men of Airsoft, man. Well, let's go a step back, dude. Let's talk about Airsoft Purgatory, right?
Ooh. Okay, somebody needs to tell me about Airsoft Purgatory because that's something that's been spoken about, and even Josh Warren has told me about Airsoft Purgatory. Please tell me about this. I want to hear this.
You weren't
This is a
around for
story.
that?
No, I wasn't.
I
At
thought-
least I wasn't paying attention.
It was another dude named Ricardo that was running it, as far as I understand. I thought.
Awkward.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh.
I thought it was you.
Oh boy.
Evil
I
twin.
thought that was your.
Oh,
I
no.
thought
Evil
that was
twin.
Oh god.
No, so Airsoft Purgatory was like, you know, it was that private airsoft group, and it was just people just bashing and smack talking and terrible, just inappropriate memes and just awful, salty teenagers mixed with awful, salty, you know, full-grown men in their basement type thing.
Right.
I think it got shut down, actually. It got flagged too many times, and it was gone after that.
I believe so. I
Okay.
believe so.
All right. And what about so last one. Ricky, you got this one.
All right. It's one of my favorites. Women of Airsoft.
And this is hitting close to home because I've got a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Just go for it. Just go for it.
You gotta dive
Just
right
go.
in, man.
Don't-
You gotta dive
just
right
shoot,
in.
Like,
Just
yeah,
shoot. You gotta shoot.
Unicorn's my cuz. Dude, I'm a big fan of Sisu. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, man, but we meshed and we vibed, and she's actually a good human being, so I can't talk
Yeah,
smack.
of course.
I don't know too many of the other ones very well, but my thing, here's my shtick, all right? Here's my thing,
Okay.
dude. If you want to be treated equal, right, and that's this shouldn't even be a topic, but that's what we're striving for. That's the goal, yeah? We want acceptance and blah, blah, blah. You can't,
Of course.
You can't also play the card of women. Does that make sense? And I know I'm going to get myself in hot water, but point being, taking it all back,
You have to take the good and the bad.
taking it all
that
back to the
comes
head
with-
is, and it's super
Equal opportunity.
It's pretty irrelevant here in the States. It's fun to watch though. But Popular Airsoft does their annual Airsoft Awards, and they just recently opened up a slot for most popular Airsoft woman. And to me,
Yes.
that's
Oh,
BS.
boy.
That's BS, bro. Like,
Ooh.
I'm just saying, man. And I'm all about, like, I was raised by a single mother. Don't get me wrong, dude. Like, I got hella respect for women. But it's like, if you want to be like, why are we different? Why are you looking at us different? It's because I'm a girl. But then at the same time, be like, yeah, I'm the, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I'm the shit.
because of that. And I don't know that they asked for it. I don't know that they asked for it. They probably didn't, to be fair, to be honest. But the reason why that's there, if I was a chick in Woman of Airsoft and that whole clique, and I saw that category open up on Popular Airsoft for their annual nominations, I'd have been like, get that out of here. I'm competing against. I want to compete against Jet. I want to compete against Norwich because that's what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not supposed to be here like, you know, you can do push-ups on your knees type stuff, right?
Like, you know what would be interesting? Like, I want to see, like, you know, you have Leah, right? There's also, like, other women of, like, Airsoft that do YouTube. And that's, I think, like.
Tons of them.
Like, I know there's one in just a Spanish one.
Oh, Nicole AR, I think.
Yeah, Nicole AR, yeah.
You guys know about her, too?
She's nice. Yeah. She's
Dude,
actually kind of nice.
No, it's so weird. You know, I followed her, her marketing campaign, like getting her brand out there, her social media content and all that stuff. And like, yeah. I remember like she would post in like the Kansas City Airsoft groups, and I'm like, who the F is this?
Oh
girl?
yeah,
you know what I mean?
She does that. She does that.
And
she's like, the one who pushes her shit out on everything. Yeah.
But you know what, dude? If you want to win in social media, cram all that down everyone's throat, and she's right. So, but she's doing it. It was funny because I would troll her back with like funny like just insane pictures and like, you know, terrible comments and stuff. But,
no, same.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna put yourself out there, expect to get something like horrific.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
It works out for me. Do we have any? Oh, you know what? I have a very since we just had a podcast with him, E-House from Gun Gamers.
Yeah, man. It's so. I've met him a few times, and he's got a very. First of all, that guy's got a smooth voice, and
right? Oh my god!
He likes cigars and he likes a good scotch. I mean, what more do you need out of a giant 6'5" ginger? You know what I mean? And the guy's built too. Like, he takes care of himself, which I respect.
He'll kick the shit out of all of us,
dude. Yeah, like he'll waffle stomp you for sure. No, really cool dude. But so I was doing that. Like it was just a joke for a while, and I started to pick up, and I heard a lot of other people doing it, so I was like, well, I should capitalize on this and make videos where, like, you get into that 3%, brother, you know. And so I started doing this mindset dojo. I did a few videos on my YouTube channel, which I thought were hilarious, and it was like a terrible, just god awful green screen behind me, and he called me out. He's like, well, I think you should have beef with Tactical Wizard, and I'm like, well, who's Tactical Wizard? And I looked it up, and I'm like, I was like, oh no, he's doing me. He's doing what I'm doing, but speaking 10 times more eloquently. Like, oh no.
Yeah,
man. So, no,
oh, that's great.
I love that guy for sure. I like his content. I like his style. Don't ever change.
Yeah.
They have something very unique, and I appreciate that.
We're pulling out the bag here. We're looking at the bag. You got 6mm of Valor, Rip Kid, DSG users, Airsoft who take Milsim too seriously, Aatrox, Ivan, emojis and thumbnails. It's a very light bag. It's a very, very light bag.
You know what? Like, I'm a pretty chill dude.
It's a reasonable list.
Yeah, I'm a pretty chill dude, man. I don't go for the throat unless it's unless it's necessary type thing. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, this isn't, and for the audience, like, this isn't something that's like, oh, I'm pulling dirt, you know. This is just something that, like, we do it because we want to grab people and, like, get stories and funny stories about people.
No,
you know?
For sure, man, for sure. But drama's always fun too. I love that stuff.
Oh, I love drama.
Yeah, dude. Airsoft, we know drama, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that concludes the dick bag segment of this podcast. Diles, you've made it out alive. Good for you.
Nice.
Proud of you.
Nice. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. We've learned a lot.
I think there's just one more segment though, and this is just my.
Oh no.
I think this is dude. I think I need because the thing is that okay, all right. This is what I want, Diles. I need you to, like, just lower the mic, take the mic, the headsets. All right, just take the headset off, okay? Ricky, Snoopy, Snoopy. I need you to listen to me for a second, okay?
I'm here.
Okay, Diles isn't listening right now. He's not listening.
No, piece of shit.
He's not listening to this.
Asshole.
He's looking any other way.
No, fuck that.
But we need it. I'm trying to plug. Okay, I just got this new. The plant is back up. Okay, my manufacturing plant is back up.
Oh, okay.
You know, I'm actually making the KYS 1912.
The KYS 1912?
All right, I'm gonna try to plug it here. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
It
Okay. Hey,
kinda- it-
Diles, can you come back here? Diles, can you come back here? Diles.
Diles, come back.
Diles, come back.
Diles, come back.
Dude, I lost my opportunity.
Okay, you guys, are you good? Can I put my headphones
Okay.
back on?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh god, that was a terrible idea.
Totally good. So, dude, so like my manufacturing. So like,
You're what?
check this out, man.
What is it?
This is what I'm doing.
What is it?
So check this out, dude.
Okay.
Look, so I got my KYS 69. I don't know if you heard about it. It's a game changer for sniper rifles. Okay.
Wow.
Coming out with a new line of sniper rifles, KYS 69, out soon, April 1st.
What's the KYS stand for? Kill yourself. Okay. Yeah. Go. Okay. Go ahead. So sniper.
So I can't. So check this out. Our manufacturing back up. They got burnt down because we were using floral instead of using green gas. We were using floral gas, and it just so happens that you can't have open flames near gases because they explode.
It's tricky.
All right?
Yeah.
Tricky. It's a tricky mistress. So we built our power plant back, and now we're actually going into pistols now. So we're making our KYS 1912.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh. Next
All
level.
right. So you ready for this?
Yeah. Hit
All
me.
right. This is next level.
Okay.
So you got yourself, your so the 1911, right?
Uh-huh.
It's very good. I like it a lot.
Yep.
It's great.
Yep.
And people have been putting it together, and they're like, "Oh my god, how can we make Well, how can we make this 1911 even better? Well, why don't we just put 2? Okay. Now you might be thinking
Hold
to
on.
yourself,
What?
why?
2.
Yeah, you're gonna put 2 like 1911s. Like
The literal number.
You got the. And so what? But the thing is that manufacturers, you got your they're looking into like just like putting like 2 barrels with 1 trigger, and they're kind of like doing that stuff. Okay.
Mhm.
So you see it with a double barrel 1911s, right?
Yeah.
But here at Rodentine Plantain, we're actually making the 1912. Okay. And instead of taking 2 barrels, 1 trigger, we're putting 2 barrels, 2 triggers, 2 magazines.
What?
So this is like 2 1911s like taped together, or like how's it?
Okay, so I'm so glad you're asking about
Yeah.
this, because you're asking about how is this stuck together. So the way that it's put together is with tape.
Mhm.
But not just any tape.
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking about high quality manufacturers electrical tape.
Ooh. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Why?
So you're following me. I mean, this is already like I think like Rick. I think we got this. I think we got this in the bag. Okay. So hear me out. Right.
Uh-huh.
You're using 1 trigger, right? In your dominant hand, you're using 1 trigger. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I can't shoot anymore because I ran out of BBs. Oh, wait a minute. I got a second trigger,
right
and then
there.
you just rotate
Yeah.
to the second. It's just right there,
Yeah.
and it's ready to
Hey,
go.
idiot, pull the other trigger. Yeah. No, I get it.
Exactly.
Holy shit, dude. So
Right.
how
like,
quick can
it's
we get-
amazing, isn't
yeah,
it?
like what? So my big question is CO2 or green gas
See, oh my goodness.
or
See, that's a
AEP.
We're talking spring action. We're talking spring
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
action.
No, like, why do you want to depend on a fuel source when you are the source? You just cock it back, right?
You are the
Yeah.
power.
yeah,
Exactly.
You are power. That's the slogan
And
in broken English.
And there's
KASY 1912. You are power.
You power
oh
man.
my god.
Yeah, dude.
I think I think
You guys
we
got
got
any
him on board
marketing
here.
openings or anything like that, or?
Dude,
Like, I want to
I'm
get
gonna-
in on the ground floor, dude.
Let me just
You're
get
bet-
your LinkedIn.
Yo, I'm gonna send you my MySpace.
Hey, send me your
and we're gonna,
Vero.
like
Because apparently,
Send me your Vero.
apparently you ain't anything if you got a Vero right now.
exactly. So what I'll do is right now manufacturing's a little slow, KYS taking a little while, but the 1912, we can have a test production for you by April 1st.
So I got a
Review
I got a
copy.
YouTube channel. If you want to send me one for a review, I'll totally check it
Ooh.
out.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
All
Man.
right.
I'd
Oh
love
my
to do
gosh.
that.
Okay.
I get
This is an
I
honor.
get
boy.
like 500 views a video. So
All right.
It's perfect. That's exactly what
We're
he
totally-
needs. That's
and
the exposure
so,
we
like,
need.
That's exactly what we need. And people are asking themselves like, oh, why like a spring action? Like what kind of spring they're using? And like when they ask me that, I'm like, yeah. So the spring that I use is that I use the spring.
Oh, big question. And not to cut you off, but is that going to be a mil-spec spring?
It's
because there's mil-spec spring and non-mil-spec springs out there on the market, and I want to make sure it's mil-spec.
Okay, so there's
ASG mil-spec.
ASG mil-spec.
I know.
It's actually so we got this. We got a pencil,
it
right?
Ain't me, bro.
But hold on. It's I tell you, it's a spring of a pencil.
Oh, nice.
But
there's no pencils and there's no springs and pencils. You idiot.
Mechanical pencil. It's a mechanical pencil.
Like an old
okay.
Bic or something. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but this is the thing that it's mil spec because people use it, you know, during ops.
There are operators
go.
that have used a mechanical big pencil, so therefore.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, I'm picking up.
See, milsim, it's mil spec.
Talk
Mil
price on this,
spec.
dude. Out the door retail map
All right.
protection. What are we talking here?
Okay, we're talking here. I kind of like I'm a man of the people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like to keep it real. I like to keep
So
this.
free,
you know,
right?
Bro, no. Come on, man. I gotta
Awesome.
pay the labor.
The tape. You gotta pay the tape
labor.
boys. Yeah.
Especially
The tape boys.
I've got a whole warehouse of
I have
tape
to-
boys.
We're looking at 15 easy payments of $19.99.
15 easy payments.
That's $300.
No, it's not.
You know what? You might sound batshit crazy, but I like the cut of your jib. I'm in, dude.
You're
Yep,
in?
I'm in.
All right, I'm gonna send you a review copy.
Get it going.
ASAP. We're gonna make this happen. You heard it. You're gonna hear. This is actually the announcement. In fact, this is just the announcement video.
This is
for
the
it.
thumbnail of the
Reventine,
video. Yeah. The SWAT.
1912.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, 1911. Whatever.
Garbage.
Yeah, that was last year's. Now we're talking 1912.
Yeah, get with it. It's 2018.
The future is today.
The future
okay?
is next year.
Exactly.
You are power. Yeah.
One more year.
You are power man.
Oh,
And then
boy.
and then the perfect thing is like, and then next year we come out with the 1913 auto cocker. It's a device that sits on top of it, right? That's an upsell.
Yeah, I'm
And
listening.
it cocks it for
Ooh.
you. And it runs on 7.2 volt nickel metal hydrate batteries that are only good for like 4 charges.
You're thinking like 20 years ahead, man. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, we're living in 2018. You're living in 3000.
No,
You wanna go around in like flying cars and shit. I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Nickel cadmium is actually the future of airsoft batteries. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man! All right, you hear it first. You're getting the review copy,
Dude, I'm
Diles.
stoked. I can't wait to just get
I can't
that
wait.
raw power. You know what I mean?
In fact,
I power man.
high power.
What's the logo? What's like? I'm all about brand. What's the logo on KYS?
The Revan KYS. The branding is a plantain.
Dude, right? Like, is it a banana? Is it not? I don't know. Fry it up. Eat it, stupid. We'll find out.
Exactly. It's like the perfect it's like the perfect logo for like. Well, I'm looking for like an artist right now because you know we're still like in the Kickstarter,
yeah.
the Steam Greenlight, you know what I mean.
Just do like a clip art of a banana with some subtle text that says "but harder," like a banana but harder. Yeah, man.
You're giving me ideas.
I'm behind this, bro. I like it. We need patches, stickers, T-shirts. Let's get it going.
Let's put it
Oh
on
my
a
God.
t-shirt.
Yep.
Let's do it.
And lock down that
we're
Vero
doing
account immediately for KYS 1912.
Oh God, because it's gonna be just patent trolls.
Dude, I'm telling
You know, a certain company will just pick it up, you know,
Yep.
That's
I
true.
like it. Get it patented.
before
Alright.
that company takes it.
And do you want like a custom paint job or anything? Because like you know, we at Reventine we actually have a really good thing about it. You know, we had we had our California legal.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
if you've seen the video.
Well, so
So
in my mind, like, there's, you know, and we talk about it all the time at new product meetings at Elite Forks. We're talking about, you know, we'll have a product and then we'll also have it for big box stores or whatever, and it'll be SB 199 compliant, and it'll show the picture with where we're going to put the orange paint on it. Because we're not just about the orange tape. We like to one-up you and actually paint it on the gun. But in the mantra, in the psyche, in the mind state of, you know what I mean, of the KYS 1912, why settle for SB 199? Well, we can go SB 200. See what I'm saying?
Oh my
That's the kind of
god.
paint job I need, bro.
SB 199.
It's all becoming a reality.
Yeah, this is the future.
Oh, I see it, dude. But
Can you
like,
picture it?
Oh,
Can you picture it?
Did
in
you
there?
just Google
I'm
image it?
picturing it.
Yeah. So
I just
you got 5 locations, and I think you need a minimum of 3. Is that right? Marks of the chosen neon colors for California compliancy. So that's
Yeah.
SB 199. Let's take it into SB 200. It's 2018. Let's get it done.
The future
get
is
it done.
today.
Let's get it done.
the future is now.
Yep. For sure, dude.
Oh my god.
Next
I think
level.
we have something great here, boys.
Yep.
I think
we
I have an
something
idea,
great.
my
Yeah.
dudes.
Ground level. If you want to get in now, we'll accept Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Let's get it going.
We're accepting BitConnect.
Oh,
BitConnect.
BitConnect! Yeah.
Yes.
I love that guy so much, man. So
Hey, hey, hey.
I told my wife, "Shut up! I'm taking all the money." Oh, it's so good.
She said, "It's a scam."
And I said,
What am I gonna do now?
"How?
Oh.
What's the song that he sings for BitConnect?"
It's
comes out-
take on me.
On me. No, but what is it though? He comes out and he's like, he's trying to do like the Wolf of Wall Street type, like a hymn, you know, like, but he's got his own flair on it. I can't remember.
Hey, hey, hey.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh,
hey,
there
hey. What a cornball, dude. If you donate,
What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up? What's up? If you gave
BitConnect.
any of your hard-earned money to that because of that idiot on that video, I encourage you to buy at least 10 of our KYS 1912s, because let me tell you, it's gonna change the game.
It's gonna the price.
Yeah.
It's gonna sell out on
Yep.
April 1st.
Guess what?
It's gonna.
If you like BitConnect, you're gonna love the KYS 1912.
I'm shedding a tear right now because this is the most beautiful thing I've heard.
Yep. Hey, I gotta open a Fresca real quick. All right, there we go.
Hey.
It says it in the name, Fresca. It's nice. It's nice. It's grapefruit, by the way. A lot of people don't know
Anyways.
that. It's grapefruit.
Is it grapefruit?
Grapefruit flavor. Yeah, grapefruit flavor
Huh.
cola. Yep.
Nice, nice. I've had it before. I just never knew it was grapefruit.
A lot of people don't.
Oh, well, I thought it was just an orange, like a citrus kind of thing, but okay.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Well, yeah, you're wrong. You're going to have to just live with that.
Oh,
no.
man.
All right. Is it that time already, kids?
Is it that time? Do we got to say bye? Man, I feel like...
Tony?
Tony, what are you thinking, man?
Tony's dead.
Tony's gone again.
Tony, where the fuck? He's in here, though.
He's gone. No.
Oh, it says 2 in the call. Oh, no, hold on. Tony's like, no, he's here. Tony,
Tony, don't leave us. Oh, no, mijo. Come back.
I think we have to lay Tony in his grave now.
Wow, Tony, R.I.P., dude. Make sure you call on your boy, see if he's okay.
Yeah, I got you.
But Snoop-a-Loop, dude, awesome time cutting it up with you. This is the first time we really had a chance to talk, and it's been great, man. I hope we can do it again in the future sometime, maybe in person.
No, hopefully in person. Was it? Did this meet your expectations, or just lower your expectations of me, or you just never want to talk to me again?
No, it's good. You know, oftentimes we get judged by the 5 or 6 words we give in a comment on social media, and it's, you know, a text doesn't gauge the humility of a person. It's so inhuman, it's so robotic, you know. So it's always good hearing a person's voice, hearing how you jive, how you mesh with them, type thing. So no, it was good, man. Very good.
It works.
Yep.
It works. This is, you know what, I this expectation of you being serious. I don't know why I had this expectation, because I know your videos, but I figured you were gonna be more serious.
I still haven't found my niche, bro.
Found your niche.
I still haven't found that niche, dude. YouTube still hasn't figured me out.
You know who hasn't figured it out? Tony, because he's not here for some reason.
Dude, he is scratching his
He's
head.
out of the building.
His scalp is bleeding so hard right now.
Unbelievable.
Well-
oh, kill it. Tony just sent me a thing saying kill it, so we're gonna kill it right here.
That's the boss.
Thank you very
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much, Diles, for joining us tonight. I am Tactical Snoopy. Rev is dead. He died.
Yep.
You know.
R.I.P.
And I guess this is it, boys. All right. Have yourselves a good one.
Catch you on the flip.